In the last video, we saw how we could call standard C library functions, things like printf, for instance. In this video, I'm going to show you how we can call a C function that we define ourselves in our own program. So I've got this test.c file that I've created. It's got a standard io.h in it, and I've created a function inside of it called test, which takes in two arguments, one integer named a, one integer named b. It prints out a message saying that it's here inside of the function, and then it returns a plus b back to the program. I've created an extern definition for this to say that this is externally exported, which means that it's accessible by things outside of this C program. So that will allow it to be accessible by our assembly program. Now, the same sort of process is going to apply here. We're going to set up an extern for the function that we want to work with, in this case, test. I'm also going to create an extern for exit, since I'll use that to end my program. I don't need any data in this case because I'm just going to use some integer values to add them together. To do that, we simply push on our arguments. Remember that they're ordered, so the integer a, the first argument, is 2, integer b is 1. In this case, it's just adding the two numbers together. It doesn't really matter what the order is, but it's just nice to sort of remember that idea. And then we're just simply going to make a call to the function itself. So we can call test, and then from here, we can go ahead and exit the program. Now, one of the questions that you may have is, how do we get the value that's returned back from this function, right? Because a plus b is what's returned back, and we'd like to retrieve that. For that matter, I want to retrieve it and set it as the exit code. That way I can see it easily. Well, what happens is when the function is called, the return value is automatically stored in the register EAX. So if I want to exit with a status code equivalent to the sum of these numbers, which would be 3, what I would do is I would push EAX to use it as the argument for exit. But generally, if you want to be able to access what was returned back from the function, EAX is where you would find that value. So that's why we are using EAX here. Now, actually getting this to run, pretty simple and straightforward process, similar idea to what we did before. We do first.o, first.s. And then what we're going to do is we're going to GCC, again using NoPy. We're going to use M32 since this is 32 bits. And then I want to give it first.o, but I also want to give it the C program that I was working with, right? Since I need it to be able to access that data as well. So if I come over here, I just need to get test.c and add it into this program too. So we have test.c in this binary as well. That way it can link in test.c so that I can get access to this test function. Now when I run this program, you'll see that it prints out here, which was the print that I had inside of the function itself. And then if I echo out the actual return code for this, I should get the value 3, which was the value of a plus b. So this shows you how you can interact between x86 and C, not just through the actual standard C functions, but also through your own custom C functions as well. So this gives you a bit more flexibility for actually calling C functions. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.